Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So you're going to notice over the next week or so that we're trying something a little new, okay? And I find this very fascinating. So I want to be able to quickly work with the Lead Team Collective on current events, like an event that's happening today type of thing, okay? And with each time we answer questions, I want it to go from factual events or factual information to how should we be looking at things from a spiritual perspective. Okay, so because my goal in facilitating this community and facilitating my own spiritual journey is to, while we continue to look at the 3D, to make sure that we are shifting those 3D observations to 5D awareness, okay? So that we are making sure we're moving in that direction, even though we're still paying attention to the 3D in a way that just is, for me right now, feels a little bit more responsible to just continue paying attention to the 3D, but I want to make sure that we're having conversations that lead us from that 3D awareness to the 5D. Does that make sense? So hopefully you'll have to let me know what you like if you like this new format. It's not really new. I mean, I'm still doing this. I'm doing 20 questions, but they'll flow a little different than what we've been doing. Okay. So I do have a little disclaimer on this topic. So we're going to be talking about the National Guard being called out to Washington, D.C., because it's really interesting, right? So we're going to look at different things that could be possibly happening, all right? So just a reminder, though, as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. This topic obviously touches on political events and rumors that may be unfolding in real time, okay? So these questions are for spiritual exploration only, not claims of fact or political statements, okay? All right, so a little intro to the situation in case you haven't heard, all right? So in recent days, reports and videos have shown National Guard troops arriving in Washington, D.C. Official statements say they're there for routine support and security operations for crime in D.C., okay? However, some believe there's more to the story, possibly involving threats to key government figures or even a quiet power shift behind the scene. While facts are limited, the images and timing have stirred questions and for many a sense that something big could be happening under the surface. Totally. I mean, that's how I feel. Okay, so the possible scenarios that could be going on, okay? There's the official explanation, so helping with, crime in DC, which apparently is not risen necessarily. Okay, so that seems, I don't know, we'll ask the Lead Team Collective. It seems unlikely. Heightened threat response, quietly protecting government leaders from credible threats. Now, the reason this is in here is because I was listening to my favorite Venia, and I will post her video below, okay? And she said that her guide said that this isn't what it seems, that it's because there's been some threats to the White House and to some political figures in town. And I thought, okay, well, that actually makes more sense to me than feeling like they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. They're feeling like they're doing something unconstitutional. Wouldn't it be nice if that was the case, that they would just tell us that? I mean, wouldn't that be better than, but then again, they might want to keep us scared or whatever. But okay, so that's why that heightened threat response is in there. Political show of strength, that could be something that and we're going to be asking the Lead Team Collective questions that relate to each of these things, okay? So a political show of strength, a visible reminder of federal control during these tense times. Coordinated federal action, part of a larger strategy involving other agencies. Crisis prevention, moving forces into place to stop a larger unseen event. Power shift speculation, steps towards greater federal authority in the Capitol, which is where my mind goes. Like, what are they doing? I'm not trusting what they're doing here. Symbolic presence, intended more to influence perception than to act on an immediate threat. Okay, so those are some possible scenarios with this incident. Okay, so let's go ahead and do say the prayer, and then we'll ask the lead team collective some questions about this. If you're brand new to the channel, I will have a start here playlist. It'll pop up right after this this video is done at the very end, and I would encourage you to explore that a little bit if you're curious as to what I'm doing here. Okay, all right, so I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, you guys. How are you today? Cool. So can I tap into the lead team collective, please? So the lead team collective, if you're new, is a collective of all of the spirit teams of those who hang out in this community. You can, if you want to ensure your spirit team is involved in the lead team collective, just being a part of the answers, okay, then please ask them to be a part of it. They may already be, I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's if you want them to, if you want to ensure that they are a part of it, then just go ahead and ask. Or give them permission. And if you don't want them to be, ask them not to be. And that's totally okay. You have every right to do that. Okay? All right. So at least we know that my spirit team is answering. But I would prefer that it came from, like, you know, all of ours. More of ours anyways. Okay, so lead team, hello. And that is the name they gave themselves on the pendulum when I asked. Because we call our spirit teams and they call themselves lead team, which I thought was cute. Okay, so as always, just want to make sure that the questions in front of me are for our highest and best to know and to hear the answer to. Yes, okay. Is there anything that would not be in our highest and best? No? Okay. If that's the case, though, if I ask something randomly, which I tend to do, please refrain from answering, okay? Okay. All right. Well, let's find out. Let's see what the lead team has to say about this topic, okay? All right. Number one, is the official reason given for the National Guard's presence in D.C. the full truth? No. Okay. Are they actually responding to a credible threat against a high-level official? Oh, Venia. Just a little clarification, just some confirmation. I didn't doubt Venia in a second. Not even if they said no, I wouldn't doubt her. I would not doubt her. So yes, okay. Is this deployment connected to events we have not yet been told about? Yes. What do you guys think about that? I mean, again, if it's national security, but I'm like starting to feel like the more I learn about all national security, it's more that they can keep things behind. I don't know. I'm not sure it actually does protect us more. It just makes us more skeptical. You know what I mean? They're saying yes. Okay. Is the timing of the troop's arrival linked to political tensions? Oh, yes. Is this situation primarily about protecting people rather than property? Yes. Okay. So like we did say it was high-level officials, right? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Is there a coordinated plan unfolding behind the scenes that involves these troops? Yes. Is this connected to recent shifts or unrest in other parts of the country? So like California, you know, how they went to, you know, because people are saying, oh, well, they did it in California, now they're doing it in DC. So does it have anything to do with that? No. Okay. They really started, look at their really wide no. Okay. Are certain leaders aware of information that the public does not yet know? Yes. Okay. Is this movement part of a larger strategy that's been in place for some time? Yes. Okay. Were they anticipating that maybe F-45 would have some issues this year? Were they anticipating that? Yes. Were they anticipating F-45 would have more issues than maybe Biden did when he was president? Yes. Okay. Could this action prevent something much bigger from happening? Yes. So is this a positive thing that's happening in DC? Yes. Okay. Are lives going to be saved because of what's happening in DC? Okay, yes. Okay, good. All right. So now we're going to move a little bit. This is my kind of new thing. We've always been doing it a little bit, but now we're going to move in more into like spiritual perspective, okay? And you guys will have to let me know if you like this flow, okay? Is this a reminder to trust inner guidance over media headlines? Yes, I think that's good. I think that's good, okay? Because remember, I'm moving to the 5D. If you're coming with me, that's amazing. But I don't want to hang out in this community at 3D, just 3D. That's not my interest at all, okay? So, if you want to come to the 5D, let's do it together, all right? Could this be an opportunity for unity instead of division? Yes. Okay. Is this situation highlighting the need for more truth and transparency in leadership? I think so. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yes. Is the spiritual energy, this is interesting, is the spiritual energy in DC shifting because of what's happening now? No. Okay, all right. That's interesting though. Are unseen forces working to guide the outcome towards peace? Yay. Yes. So like ETs by chance? Yes. Okay. Maybe the spirit guides of those involved? Yes. Okay, cool. Is this a moment where light is quietly overcoming hidden darkness or lower vibrations? Yes. Good. Could the presence of these troops be part of a divine protection plan? Yes. Very cool. Is there a higher reason for these events that will only make sense later? Yes. My hand just kind of went like that. Not even that, it just, I don't know, just kind of jerked. Yes. Is this situation a sign that important changes are already in motion? Oh. Oh, that leads me to ask a few more questions. Yes. Are these important changes have anything to do with the public finding justice regarding F-45 by chance? Yes. Okay. Are these events part of a cycle that will ultimately bring more balance to the nation? Yes. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so we're just considering this like a little pop-up video on current news. Okay, so I've got a little conclusion here for you. So whatever the truth turns out to be, moments like this remind us that there is always more happening than we can see with our eyes, right? Especially what's being told with the media and all that kind of stuff. And this kind of thing, this kind of reminder does help me stay aware of what's going on in the 3D, but also keep my higher vibration, my light brighter as we live in the 5D, okay? As we try to keep ourselves in the 5D, the higher vibration, okay? Spiritual insight can help us navigate the unknown with calm and trust. When we center ourselves in peace, we not only weather the storms, we become part of the still point that helps the world find balance. We become part of the still point, the still, that helps the world find balance. All right? Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Again, I'm going to call these like little, so I have my traditional SG videos that go out at like 2 p.m., but I'm going to do these pop-up ones on current events, like things that are happening today or, whenever they're happening. If they're kind of like, events, which there's plenty of right now. So, all right, let me know what you think. Have a good day. Bye-bye.